None of this means that if Anna Walshe is a victim of foul play, her husband is responsible, nor do financial crimes necessarily lead to violent crimes. But I want to explore all of this with one of my favorite experts who knows pretty much everything about this, Robi Ludwig. She's a psychotherapist and she's the author of Till Death Do Us Part, Love, Marriage, and the Mind of the Killer Spouse. So clearly you wrote the book about stories like this. First, your take on all of this story, Robi.
Well, the fact that Anna was in danger before they even got married and thought that she was in danger of being killed, and then really before her disappearance called her mother and was unsettled, it just sounds like she was in an abusive relationship where she was endangered, and she was married to a career criminal. And it was obvious. And one of the hallmarks of somebody who is a career criminal is their family wants nothing to do with them, and they don't have any friends. Why? Because they burned all of their bridges. And you're right, financial crimes don't equal murder. But in some cases, when a person is desperate, it certainly can.
So talk to me about financial stressors, because if you look at his past, which we just laid out, not only were there financial stressors, but she was doing well. By all accounts, the friend said that the job that she got in Washington, D.C. Was a good one. And Brian himself said in court documents, asking for leniency in the sentencing for the art fraud, she got a better job. She has a great income. She's got great benefits. And I can't move to Washington because of our situation. So obviously that might lend something else to this whole metric of how their relationship might have been.
Absolutely. So if Brian was feeling bad about himself because he financially was not measuring up, he probably considered himself a loser financially, was under a lot of financial duress, which really increases mental health issues. So it increases a person's depression, anxiety, rage level, in some cases, suicidality. And I would imagine that Brian was very jealous of his wife and angry with his wife. Here's someone who he might have wanted to be the perfect wife, and he presented himself as this uber successful businessman, and now he's under house arrest, and he has a very beautiful wife who is very successful. He might have felt he was in danger of losing her and losing everything, and his pride took over, and he's a violent guy.
Oh, Robi, this is what I don't understand. People who are in fear of losing the spouse for whatever reason, so they kill them. That doesn't make any sense to me. You're in fear of losing them, so you lose them forever by your own hand. I can never get around that. But I do want to ask you this. The notion that Brian didn't call police to report his wife missing for 4 days. I mean, she went missing on the 1st. He doesn't call police till the 4th. Look, let's be frank. Us moms, we wouldn't go a day or two without checking in on a 2, a 4, and a 6-year-old. No matter how busy we are, no matter whether we're running the world, we find the time to pick up the phone and say, what happened today? Is everybody good? Or I'm just checking in. It's been a day or 2 days. Oh, God forbid it's been 3. What do you make of this story that Brian said, well, she's busy, so she doesn't always check in?
Well, it just sounds like he's making excuses. And also, he didn't want his wife to be found. Why would he want her to be found, especially if he's responsible for her being missing? So this is a person, it sounds like he'd rather have his wife dead than show him up or leave him. It's just very suspicious, unnerving. And again, right now, just so unfortunate for these 3 boys who are the innocent victims in all of this.
I smell a complete rat when I hear somebody say she was busy, she didn't check in for 4 days on her 2-year-old, her 4-year-old, and her 6-year-old. Robi Ludwig, I knew you'd have the answers. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.